Hi, in this video, I'll be discussing my plans for my digital narrative theory and practice final assignment. Now, my goal is to create a short form mixed reality documentary utilizing a large database of resources and the Unity game engine. The overarching narrative will be a look into the socialist era housing and factories in Hanoi, how they were reflective of the Communist Party's ideologies, and how they played a role in strengthening the economy. I acknowledge that this is not my cultural history to retell, but an opportunity for me as an outsider to amplify local voices and preserve cultural heritage through respectful digital documentation. My goal is to create a short form documentary in mixed reality format, utilizing a large database from a trip to Hanoi where I studied Vietnamese architecture alongside RMIT Hanoi students and the architecture research firm Hanoi Ad Hoc. The database currently includes photographs, 3D scans, an unfinished virtual reality version of the exhibition called The Grid by Hanoi Ad Hoc that I'll go into further detail in, as well as a collection of the collected research reflected in the exhibition, interviews, field recordings, and a lecture. I plan to also reach out to Hanoi Ad Hoc again for feedback and further interviews if additional information or resources is needed to complete the project. To start with, I would like to display an interview with Viet and the woman who currently lives in the KTT house that we visited the site in Hanoi. Uh, the interview was regarding the history of the building and its politics. This will be paired with 3D scans and a digitization of the hallway that the user can then walk through. Work is still needed on the 3D models and to create a flow for the narrative that clearly and concisely tells the story. I aim to discuss in brief the materiality of the space and how it reflects different socio-historical elements such as availability of resources and how the layout of the house is symbolic of the state's communist ideologies. This is another small section of the house that was scanned, which was an extension. And here is a mock-up of how I plan to integrate this interview into a mixed reality format with 3D objects surrounding the 2D video, to engage the audience in a unique way and to try to immerse the audience in the story before they are given the opportunity to freely explore the digitized version of the building. After this, I aim to tie through to The Grid, which was an exhibition hosted by Hanoi Ad Hoc, displaying their 2 years of research. Previously, I had been volunteering to digitally preserve this space and the exhibition itself. Despite it currently being unfinished, that being the virtual reality version of it, I believe that being able to digitally preserve this with additional resources paired alongside it, of audio and video, will contextualize it in an engaging way, and I'll be able to tell the story through their research of the industrial factories in Hanoi in post-colonial Vietnam. To take from the exhibition, this is a quote from their research. These factories played a crucial role in bringing material culture and abundance to the average Vietnamese during Ho Chi Minh's call for national rebuilding and modernization in 1966. Beyond just production facilities, their diverse architectural forms shaped the lives and experiences of workers and surrounding urban populations. I aim to contextualize the digitally archived buildings within a broader socio-historical context, like they mentioned. And alongside the exhibition, I will play additional recordings from lectures and interviews with the team. I aim to keep this guided tour of these digital spaces and provide the rich historical context within a 5-minute experience. So that's my main goal. I will point to additional resources after the experience has ended and allow users to walk around the 3D spaces freely. I have considered time constraints and believe that I will be able to complete this work within the time constraints given. And because I have already put in a very large amount of time into the creation of this database, I want to create a linear narrative to be able to contextualize all of this work into a single experience. And that's my goal. Through creating this narrative as an assignment as well, I believe that I'll be able to receive invaluable critical feedback that will be necessary to be able to responsibly and appropriately contextualize Vietnamese history through these two structures. And here's an additional mock-up on how I will reflect my process of digital preservation in the mixed media format. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to your feedback.